My name is Sean Woomer, and I'm the creative director of this project, and I'm here to explain to you guys what exactly this game is. So this game is going to be an infinite side-scroller runner. So our main character is going to be somewhere in the screen in one spot as the rest of the world and all the obstacles are sort of being hurled towards him. And it's going to be the player's job to avoid all of the obstacles, cut through all of the enemies, and try to last as long as possible. So we have three main enemy types. The first one is the fly guy. We don't really have a name for him, or the other ones either, so we'll call this guy Charlie. So Charlie is not a very fun person. See, he sticks around near the corner and just kind of hovers there until he's ready to attack you. And then once he goes to attack you, he charges towards you, and so you have to be ready to attack him before he attacks you. And then once you hit him, bada bing bada boom, he's dead. Now the next enemy type, I don't really have a name for either. He's the ground guy. We'll call him Doug. Can you believe I'm the art director? So Doug just kind of stands still. So when you encounter Doug here, he's not going to go out of his way to attack you. But if you touch him without attacking, you will die. And now we have the big boy. Christopher's one of those guys that you're not really going to see that often. I would be surprised if you saw him more than like twice. So when Christopher arrives, you're going to have to attack him while also avoiding his projectiles that he's going to be hurling at the player. So let's say this here is our screen. Our character will be placed somewhere around here, running in that direction while everything else is moving in this direction. We're going to be having the ground moving beneath him with lava running across the bottom of the screen so that if he misses a jump, he plummets to his death. Now, let me show you here what kind of obstacles you could be facing. There are two types of spikes. There are short spikes, and then there are long spikes. These are going to be like the two main obstacles aside from the enemies that you're going to be encountering. And of course, if you touch these, you're dead. As I said before, if there were to be a fly guy on the screen here, he would hover around this area and then charge towards the player. And then once Charlie approaches our player, he's going to hover for a second, giving the player an opportunity to attack. And then should our player take advantage of that second or so, you killed Charlie. Now, as for Doug, if you jump on him, if you jump next to him, attack. Because if you touch him from any angle, you will die. Now we're going to discuss the settings and options that are going to be available to the user. What I draw right here isn't going to represent what we actually put into the game. I mean, obviously there are going to be some changes made, especially visually. So at the top, we're going to have two toggles, one for sound effects and one for music, in case somebody doesn't want to hear either. And then below that, we're going to have a toggle for how you would like to jump. The way that the screen is going to work is on the left side of the screen, if you tap or swipe, the player will jump. And then on the opposite side, if you tap, the player will attack. Now, to choose between swiping or tapping, you have to go here to select that. Now to tap, it's probably just going to be a circle or a square, and then to swipe, it's probably just going to be an arrow moving up in that direction. And then below that, will probably have a button if you want to look at credits, though the credits list is going to be very short. This is just a very rough overview of what the settings are going to consist of and partially look like. So a lot of how this game functions is going to revolve around the music. Every song made for this game is going to be exactly 1 minute long, so that depending on which song you're on, you know what stage you're at. So each one of these squares represents a minute, a song, a stage, and for the first 4 stages, we're going to be in the grass environment, and then for the following 3 stages, we're going to be in the city, and then our last 3 stages are going to take place in this sort of swamp. Every 10th stage is going to be a boss fight. So depending on what song you're listening to or stage you're on, you're going to know if something's coming next. And all of the songs and the environments are going to repeat themselves until the player dies. And every time that the player makes it through a boss fight, the game gets just a little bit faster. That's just about it. Feel free to like, definitely comment, let us know what you're thinking of the game so far, let us know what you're thinking of the process. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you at some point in the future.